Hello, Morongo Basin and listeners around the world online at Z107.7fm.com. This is your Z107.7 local news for Saturday, May 3rd, 2025. The Integratron is a name you probably know in the high desert. If you haven't been to it, you've probably at least driven by it or at least seen it on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok. You know the Integratron because it's a high desert institution on the short list of suggestions for visitors that want to have an experience that's unique to the high desert. This Sunday, the family behind the Integratron is celebrating 25 years on the property, stewards of a building built by paranormal legend George Van Tassel, but designed by out-of-towners.
I mean, the one thing we'll always include, the telling of the history here is that George was contacted by aliens, and it was through that the design for this building was created. My name is Michael Aquino. I'm the son of Nancy Carl, one of the co-owners of the Integratron. The Integratron itself was built as a machine to rejuvenate the cells of the body so that human beings could live longer. Based on like how we understand the science behind all of this thing, it really would have worked and generated a lot of electricity. It's this field that you were supposed to walk into that's still a little bit of a mystery to us that kind of died with George.
That was in 1978, and the property in the building remained in flux until the three Carl sisters purchased it in 2000.
They are the stewards of the Integratron. The anniversary is actually the day that escrow closed on the Integratron. So that's why it's a pretty important day for us.
If you've driven by the Integratron and have never thought to stop, they want to change that tomorrow during the anniversary event. Here again is Michael.
On the 4th, our gates open at 10 o'clock. Our keynote speaker for the day, Daniel Paul, he's an architectural historian. He's an amazing guy, and he's going to be giving a whole talk in the downstairs of the dome for each of these three sessions. So he'll give a really vast history about where this all started, George Van Tassel, even all the way back to the 30s, and then all the way to the 70s until he passed away. And then everybody gets to go upstairs and experience the sound.
I got a tour of the Integratron itself, and it does feel like being inside a giant vintage speaker. In the upstairs of the Integratron, there's 22 unique quartz crystal bowls that, when played, fill the warm wood room with a wall of sound that's best experienced in person.
It's a parabolic dome is what the shape is, but it's a 16-sided parabolic dome. So it's a perfect parabola of 16 times all the way across. All of these beams meet up into this 1.5 tons of concrete that was poured in place up in the ceiling. That's 38 feet high. That is basically the keystone that holds the entire building together.
The Integratron's 25th anniversary event begins tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and goes until 4 o'clock. Head out to 2477 Belfield Boulevard in Landers, California, or visit Z107.7fm.com for photos and links. A fun and free, family-friendly festival is happening this evening at Freedom Plaza in downtown 29 Palms. The City of 29 Palms Parks and Recreation Department is inviting everyone down for the International Festival, bringing together local businesses, artists, musicians, and locals like you for a globe-trotting evening of multicultural events. Show up at 5 o'clock tonight and explore a marketplace filled with foods, artisan crafts, and handmade goods from around the world, and settle in for a full evening of live entertainment. Student performers from the 29 Palms High School will be showcasing music and dance from different international cultures, and the first 100 kids to visit the City of 29 Palms booth will receive their own Travel the World passport that you can get stamped at different vendor booths throughout Freedom Plaza. Also taking the stage is crowd favorite Giselle Wu and the Night Owls, who have performed at Coachella and the Joshua Tree Music Festival. Here they are performing El Desierto. It all starts tonight at 5 p.m. at Freedom Plaza in 29 Palms. Bring your family and friends and celebrate the diversity that makes 29 Palms such a great place to live. The 29 Palms Art Gallery invites the public to its next art reception happening tonight. The reception will celebrate a new lineup of desert-inspired exhibitions. Reporter Hillary Sloan has the details.
The 29 Palms Art Gallery will host a reception on Saturday, May 3rd from 5 to 7 p.m. on the patio with refreshments and a chance to meet the featured artists. In the West Wing, J.P. Frederico of Yucca, Arizona presents Wow Way Out West, a mix of photos, sculptures, and paintings inspired by the Southwest, including found object dolls and images of forgotten places. pieces. The East Gallery features Pedal to the Metal by Chip Vasquez of Joshua Tree. His dreamlike abstract paintings and desert photography reflect his connection to nature, music, and spirit. The Members Room will display new works by Artist Guild members. The show runs from May 2nd to June 1st. The gallery is open Friday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at 74055 Cottonwood Drive. For details, visit 29palmsartgallery.com. For Z107.7, this is reporter Hillary Sloan.
Chalk art, like life, is fleeting, and while there may not be any rain coming to the Morongo Basin for a little while, if you want to see what will surely be incredible art created for the Chalk Art Festival in 29 Palms, you'll have to head over to the historic plaza on Sunday to see the colorful pavement art before it fades away forever. Here's art lover Jeff Harmat.
The 29 Palms Chalk Art Festival is happening all afternoon at the historic plaza in 29 Palms. The event, which is sponsored by the city of 29 Palms, Visit 29, and Blick Art Materials, invites artists of all ages to make chalk art with the best chalk art winning prizes. I spoke with organizer and Mojave Moon Apothecary owner Paul Razzo about what's in store for the floor. He said,
"The historic plaza is just so beautifully paved. I mean, as soon as we saw that space, we're like, oh, we have to have people drawing all over this. So you'll be provided with a 4x4 space to draw your chalk art on, and then there will be a jury that goes through, and then we have top prizes for the winners. Ages 10 to 17, it's $5 to sign up, and you get a $100 grand prize for the winner. For ages 18 and up, it's $10 to sign up, but the grand prize is $200. And we have all of the art supplies provided by Blick Art Materials."
In addition to the art making and music, there will be food and drinks from The Cactus and coffee from Mean Jeans Beans. Mojaveland will be running a mini golf pop-up, and there will be rock painting, face painting, and Lego activities. The fun runs Sunday from noon to 5 p.m. at the 29 Palms Historic Plaza off Adobe Road between Homestead Drive and 2 Mile Road in 29 Palms. Reporting for Z107.7, I'm Jeff Harmatz.
The newly formed Flamingo Heights Community Association is celebrating what they're calling their Community Center Reboot at the Flamingo Fest happening this Sunday. Here's Annalise Kuiper with more on the
Flamingo Fest commemorates the 55th anniversary and grand reopening of the Flamingo Heights Community Center. Celebrating this vibrant desert community, there will be food by Kitali Tamales, Friendo Burger, Galaxy Pies, and Giant Rock Meeting Room. Enjoy music by the Kearns family and DJ Peo, art making with Mary Evans, face painting for kids, art, vintage wear, and local vendors, drinks and cocktails, and all around good vibes. And it's free. Located at 55977 Paris Street in Yucca Valley, the celebration is from noon to 7 p.m. Everyone is welcome, and bring your neighbors. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Annalise Kuiper.
Our neighboring national park is entering its busiest season. While the popular west entrance through Joshua Tree has a new gate under construction, the current one still only accommodates 1 or 2 entrance lanes and can get pretty backed up on a weekend. Of course, the purpose of all the booths are to collect entrance fees for the park, which are currently $30 for a private vehicle. If you're entering the park on foot or on a bicycle, it drops the fee to $15. But if you're a local who loves exploring the park and you're paying each time, there are a few ways to get in cheaper and faster. Annual passes for Joshua Tree National Park are $55 for the entire year, and when you purchase one for individual parks, those funds go directly to the park itself. For instance, recent work on the popular Cholla Cactus Gardens Nature Trail was partially funded by entry fees, and entry and campground fees fund important projects of all sizes inside the nearly 1,200 square miles of Mojave and Colorado desert that compose Joshua Tree National Park. An annual pass also cuts down on the transaction time of actually getting into the park, and it's nice to just flash a pass with your friendly national park ranger and be on your way seconds later. If your national park appetite extends beyond JOTR, the America the Beautiful National Park Pass will grant you free entry into every national park, monument, or wilderness area that charges a fee. There are 2 catches, however. It's understandably more expensive at $80 a year, and you need to plan ahead by ordering the pass online. Because national parks are your public lands, their budgets and project information is publicly accessible as well. You can visit this story on our website for a link where you can see the projects that your entry fees have funded. That's at Z107.7 FM. And tomorrow's looking like it's going to be a great day to get out to the Landers Open Air Flea Market at the Moose Lodge in luxurious Landers. Spring is busy, but spaces are available to those who are interested, and you can show up between 7 and 9 a.m. to set up your wares or come peruse what your neighbors are putting on offer. That's at the Moose Lodge at 58266 Ricci Road. If you have any questions, you can call Randy at 760-974-6475, and you can tell him Z107.7. And that's your local news for Saturday. You can hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. More Morongo Basin residents get their local news from Z107.7 than any other source. Reporting out of Joshua Tree, California, alongside the award-winning Z107.7 news team.